Irving, you don't have to make up a story about your ex-girlfriend. You can just say you don't want to do this with her anymore. But the ex-girlfriend, and then you sitting up in the kitchen crying. What are you crying for? What are you crying for? What's up, everybody? Welcome and welcome back to the channel. I'm Tammy. This is Tammy Talks. We're here to talk the Never Ever Mets. This is season 2, episode 5, Breakups and Makeups. If you guys are brand new to the channel, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, thumbs up the video. Let's talk about everything that happened in the episode. We are on the road to 40,000 subs, y'all. So if you're watching and you have not yet subscribed, do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button. Shout out to the ladies of the cast that were in the comments from last week. Alexis, I know Alicia was there. Alicia was a little angry with some people in the comments, but Brittany and Jay, shout out to you all for coming over. It's just commentary. It's just commentary, all right? But y'all took it like champs. Let's talk about the episode. So it starts off with Charlie. So Charlie is FaceTiming her mother, looking at her baby, her newborn, okay? Her 1-month-old baby. Her 1-month-old baby. All of 30 days, maybe 31, that she decided to leave at home. But she's saying how much she misses her baby. You don't have to. You made the decision to be away from your child. Charlie is acting as if somebody made her come. Girl, you made the decision to miss your child. So I don't care about this scene. I don't. It means nothing to me. You left a 1-month-old baby to come on this show so that Jared could crack. So she then goes to talk to Jared and says she's homesick. And he's like, well, F it. I done already slept with you, so we can go ahead and leave. You want to leave? We can leave. We can call it quits. And she's like, no. I made a commitment and I'm going to see it through. Charlie then tells him that he better be worth it. Jared thinks he is. In his confessional, Jared is claiming that their bond is getting stronger and stronger, and he is happy to be there, and he's happy that he met her. Jared, didn't you say that 6 kids was crazy, and you just wanted to stick this through the crack? Ain't that what you said? That's what you said, Jared. But okay. Irvin is in the kitchen complaining to Jay and Jared about Alicia. So Alicia comes in and Brandon apologizes to her and was like, you know what? I'm sorry. For the way I came at you the other day in the kitchen. You didn't deserve that, whatever. It Great conversation, right? Alicia accepts it and thanks him for his sincerity. And then Irvin is like, "Ugh," and he rolls his eyes and he just like gets up to walk out. As he's walking out, he asks Alicia if she would like to go for a walk. So I guess he meant like, girl, follow me, because he was out there doing the briskest of walks. Like, why were you power walking? Yeah, I rewinded that like 2 times because why did he power walk to get to that chair? So they sit down and Irvin was like, I don't want to do this no more. I was like, thank God one of y'all is being honest about this. Jared said he doesn't want to do it anymore. Not Jared, excuse me, Irvin. He said, look, we don't mesh, and God is telling me to let it go. Cool, let it go. He then goes on to say, I can point out multiple reasons as to why I want to go home. You make me feel like a monster. You don't think about me. I don't even think you like me. But you know what? My ex-girlfriend called me right before we came. And that was a sign from God. Yes, it was. That was a sign from God. And you know what I like about her? Okay? She's my type. She is the type of woman. It's her emotional intelligence. It's everything I want in a woman. You know what I mean? He was and Alicia was like, shit, okay. Okay. So then I'm not keep saying Jared. So then Irvin continues to go on and it's like, well, she doesn't make me feel the way that you do. And I think that you would be a great friend, but I don't want to be your friend. And Alicia was like, okay. And so Irvin kept trying to like talk over her, but it's okay. I just don't want to be your friend. She didn't ask you to be. See, the thing with Jared is determined to embarrass her. right? Because he feels embarrassed. He's embarrassed that this woman doesn't like him, that this woman doesn't want to touch and kiss and caress and do all this type of stuff. He's embarrassed about that. So, in turn, he wants to embarrass her back. That's what he wants. So, Irvin goes into the house to tell everybody he's leaving. Okay. So he's like, look, um, my ex-girlfriend, she called me. You know what? Actually, she didn't call me. She liked a Instagram picture of, I think he said like my brother or best friend, their engagement picture. She liked it. And she came back into my life for a reason. And everybody is looking like, nigga, what the fuck are you talking about? So he gets emotional, right? And now his eyes are red. And he's like, I don't want to be with Alicia. She's a horrible person. She's a horrible person. My ex, my ex is nothing like that. My ex cares for me, and the way that she would make me feel is nothing like Alicia. Alicia's rude, and I wanted to say, look, Ervin, get your ass, go home. Go home, cause you doing too much. These people are laughing at you. They're laughing at you, Ervin. So Alicia comes into the kitchen and was like, I'm going home. I value my peace and I would not be in a toxic relationship. So Tati was like, I'm sad you're leaving. Irvin said, I'm not. I'm not. And his eyes are all red. And he's like, you know what? She's trying to stop me from talking to people. And he is still talking about this. And Jared and Cinco are cracking up because what are you crying for? I think it was Cinco that was like, just go home. It's okay. She don't like you. Just go home. Oh, weirdo. So Jared, Charlie, and Brittany are talking, and Jared asks if they think if anybody else will be going home. And Brittany was like, probably Kiki and Brandon if they don't get their shit together because they are not getting along. Brittany then admits that her and Ty are having issues as well, and she's nervous about the conversation that needs to happen. Remember, they had to blow up over a drink and pasta salad last week. So Jared asks Brittany, like, do you think that he likes you? Brittany said, I think he wants to sleep with me. I said, damn, that sucks. So she then said, look, he was totally different when we were dating virtually. Yes, because he didn't have to really show and prove. You know, it's interesting how so many, and it's not just the ladies this season, how many of the people in general are like, you were totally different online. Yes. Yes, that person's going to be different online than they are going to be talking to you in front of you. They don't have to show and prove. It can be all lip service. Literally all lip service. So the activity today is an improv class. I'm sick of seeing group activities. Why aren't these people going on individual dates and we're watching these dates so we can see them really interact and connect more? Yeah, I get the point of the group activities for sure, but like they need more private dates. They need more one-on-one time. We don't even see them. I don't know. It's everything is a group scene, and that's weird to me this season. So they get to the improv class. I've taken an improv class. I love it. It's so much fun. One of the first activities is they are in a circle and they're going to be walking with their eyes closed, and they are supposed to trust that nobody's going to let them fall off the stage. Now, they're going around, everybody does it. It's great. And Alexis didn't want to do it because she has trust issues. Chris said that's a red flag to him. Chris is doing everything he can to not to find a reason to say he don't want to be with her at the end. Everything is a red flag to Chris. So they then have three couples come up on stage. They improv a story. So it's Brandon and Kiki, Clay and Tati, and Jay and Cinco. And that is always a fun activity to do. That's always fun. And then they have them tell a story with their partner, and the last letter of the last word that they say needs to be the first letter of the first word that their partner says. So if they say, we should go here now ends in W, their partner should say, where are you referring to, or what are you referring to, something like that, because it starts with a W, right? It's to build listening skills. Active listening skills because a lot of people need to work on their active listening. Okay. So in the car ride home, every day had a good time. Brandon is saying how he trusts Kiki for not letting him run into the wall because she could have. And he then goes on to say, so then she was like, so do you trust me? And he says, yes. And I'm like, Kiki, you should feel bad. You should feel bad, right? I think I think people are coddling Kiki in terms of some of the comments, some of the reviewers, some of the tweets I've seen. Y'all are coddling Kiki, right? And Kiki is wrong in a lot of these instances. She's wrong. For instance, in this situation where she's expecting Brandon to trust her, knowing that she was cheating on him the past 4 years. She just got out of this relationship with her ex 4 months ago. Y'all are coddling her. Calling a spade is not fat phobic. Calling a spade is not only saying it because of her weight. No, no. We are calling things out because that's what we see. That's what we see. And I think some of y'all are coddling her because you think that it might be taken a certain way if you say certain things. Kiki's wrong, right? Kiki I mean, it's giving trash behavior with some of the stuff that she's doing. So he said that he wishes that she was more affectionate. Um, so Kiki's like, well, I didn't come from an affectionate family, so that's hard for me. So Brandon is now wondering if Kiki actually likes him. Meanwhile, Kiki is in her confessional talking about some she feels bad because she hasn't been truthful with him and she really can't be herself because of that. Yeah, because you've been lying to this man. But got the nerve to be mad that he's like, girl, maybe you had one or two too many drinks. So then Kiki tries to let Brandon know that she doesn't like that he always wants to be first. She said it overwhelms her. Brandon is not listening. And Brandon is like, no, but like, I wanted people to be like, go Kiki, go Kiki. And I get that, but everybody don't want to be first to do everything, right? I'm not a person that is going to always volunteer to do something first. I have no problem doing stuff, but I'm not going to jump up and be like, ooh, 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 I'll go first, pick me, pick me. That's not my personality either. And it's clearly not Kiki's. So the fact that Brandon is not picking up on that is a little alarming, but I think that he's just really trying to connect with her. And I think that honestly, I think that Kiki is hoping to get back with her ex, and that's why she's keeping Brandon at arm's length. So he tries to kiss Kiki. She don't want to kiss him, and I'm like, why? Is it because you don't want your ex to see? You don't want your ex to see, or is it given that Kiki is really still with her ex, and she came on here for a check? So later at dinner, Cinco decides they're going to play a game. Obviously, they play a game every dinner. So he is going to ask questions, and they're supposed to hold up the name of the couple that they think it corresponds to. So we have who will make it to the end. Um, Cinco and Jay get the most votes. Who needs the intimacy suite? Chris and Alexis get the most votes. I don't think they need it at all. I don't think that was the right answer. Which couple is the least compatible? It was resounding Kiki and Brandon. Kiki's little feelings get hurt, girl. Y'all are not compatible. I don't know why your feelings would be hurt about that. Everything that y'all have given, everything that y'all have shown to these people is showing that y'all are not compatible. Which couple is the most dramatic? A resounding Kiki and Brandon. Y'all have been doing the most. It would be Alicia and Ervin, but they're gone. So yeah, it's gonna be y'all. So now Kiki is like, I thought this game was gonna be fun. It's not fun. Truth hurts. So which couple has the most secrets? Damn near everybody said Clay and Tati. So now Clay is looking nervous and he don't know what to write down. Man, I don't know what to do. And I'm like, stop playing in Tati's face. Stop playing in her face. You have a baby. The way that you explained it, the way that the math is mathing, the girl was pregnant before you got with Tati. So you could have been honest way back then. You could have been honest. This So Tati is looking around like, us? What do you mean? Yeah, it means that he's playing in your face, girl. That's what it means. Come on, Tati, wake up. wake up. So Clay is in his confessional saying that he wants to time this out correctly. No, you being a coward. You're being a coward about it, Clay. That's what it is. You don't want to tell this woman that you have a baby because you think she's going to leave you because you lied to in her face. And instead of you being man enough to tell her, look, before we got together, I had an ex-girlfriend. I was engaged to her, whatever the case. She showed up and told me she was pregnant. It was before we got together, but I now have a baby. Or like, did you hide the kid before? Like, I'm sick of this storyline. Clay, tell this woman. It's not that deep. It's not that deep because at some point she's gonna find out you have a baby. But denying your children like this is crazy. It's wild that y'all are doing this on this show. Brandon and Kiki go outside to talk, and Kiki said that, everyone can kind of see the funk that they are in, and it is affecting not only both of them, but their interactions with everyone else. And Brandon said, look, I'm trying to do everything I can to make you happy. I'm letting your ass drink, ain't I? I'm not acknowledging the fact that knocking them back, so I'm doing the best that I can. Do I think that Kiki is equally doing the best that she could? I don't. I do not. So she acknowledges that and they try to meet in the middle. What are y'all going to do to meet in the middle? Like there was no resolution. There was no, I'm going to try to do more of this. There's no, I'm going to try to do more of that. Kiki, if your guilt is eating at you that bad to the point where you just can't function, then you need to just tell him. You need to just tell him. So Ty and Brittany have a conversation. Okay. So Ty apologizes for his tone that he took with her. Remember, he yelled about the drink. And he said that it seems like when he does cook, it feels like it's not enough for her. So I'm going to say this. It feels like, what it sounds like is that Brittany is stating that when they were dating, Ty told her that he was going to be cooking for her. I'm sorry, but you cooking for the group is not cooking for her. You know what I mean? So, and I think that that's where the misconception is coming in. Ty feels like because he's cooking for everybody, he is cooking for Brittany. Brittany wants a personalized omelet, okay? She wants Ty to wake up and make her some grits and sausage personally for her, not because you're cooking breakfast for everybody. And I think that's where the disconnect is happening. So he said, look, I apologize for not fixing your drink. He said, excuse me. He said, I do not apologize for not fixing your drink when you wanted it. He said, I feel like you want to be catered to hand and foot. And Brittany, that's what it's given. That is what it's giving. But I mean, where did that has to stem from somewhere. So Ty, I don't know if that's what Brittany requires in relationships and she has expressed that to you and you're not following through with it, or if that's something that you told her you would do and you're not following through with it. But I don't think that this is just coming out of nowhere, but it is given that Brittany wants to be catered to and waiting on hand and foot. So Brittany feels that he puts her at the bottom and he does not prioritize her. He said, look, I do everything else for other people, or excuse me, she feels he does everything else for other people, and then he puts that higher on the totem pole than he puts anything that she requires or that she wants. She said, and because of that, she doesn't trust him or feel safe with him. She doesn't feel protected. And she said, you're here for me, not for everybody else. She was like, you embarrassed me. You were acting like a jerk. And you can see that rage. You can see that rage all up and through his face. So Ty said, look, I'm trying, but you're not acknowledging it and it's not enough for you. So his tone, he gets a little snippy, but then he gets condescending. And I clocked the condensation. Okay. I clocked how condescending he was being right, like immediately. Because he was like, I want a partner. And we both have things to work on. I clocked it right away. And I can't stand when somebody's talking condescending to someone else. Like, why are you doing that? Talk to her the way you was talking before. So Brittany cuts him off and it's like, look, you don't want to be here for me. You don't want a partner. You want to play around, joke, cook, and be condescending. She walks off and he looks just completely taken aback because, oh my God, where is this coming from? Y'all swear Ty is 36, huh? Okay. So Ty's brother, they have their families come for like 20 minutes. So I'm like, y'all are flying these people out for these quick scenes. But I guess. So Ty's brother comes and Brittany's mother. So Brittany apparently met Ty through his brother, who she has known for 15 years. I need more backstory on this. Did y'all go to college together? Did y'all go to high school together? So you have known his brother. Did you know his brother in person? Is it like an internet friend? Because to me, now this doesn't make sense how you are date backstory missing. So Ty tells his brother that he feels like he has to live up to a certain level to please her. I don't think he does. I think she just wants some attention. Meanwhile, Brittany is telling her mother how about their issues, about how he's not cooking for her or doing anything for her. So, Brittany, you do want to be waiting on hand and foot. So they all sit down together, the little foursome, and her mother is asking Ty, why aren't you giving her all of your attention? And Ty was like, I can't, it's hard to try to outdo myself from what I did the day before. And I was with her mother. No, it's not, because it's little simple things that you can do to outdo yourself more and more every single day. And the question was, why aren't you giving her attention? Is giving her attention outdoing yourself day by day? You know what I mean? Like that, I thought that was weird. So Brittany's mother tells Brittany, like, you need to have some patience as well. Have more patience. So then Ty does that whole, if I tell you that I'm going to do something, have patience with me because it's going to get done. And I personally didn't like that response, but she seemed okay with it. So he's giving her a foot rub later, and they're talking about her son, and they're answering some questions, trying to get to know each other a little bit more. It was cute. It was cute. Cool. We see Brandon and Kiki talking. So Kiki said that she thought that they would come in and it would be sunshine and rainbows and butterflies and gumdrops. And that is not the case. And so she's in her confessional saying that she is struggling to open up to Brandon because of infidelity with her ex. Kiki, you too have suffered infidelity. This is what I don't get. Like, your ex was cheating on you, but you were clearly also emotionally cheating on your ex. And then now we come to find out that you were emotionally cheating on Brandon as well. So, like, miss me with the whole sob story because it's very hypocritical. Very hypocritical. Like, I don't understand this. So Brandon is trying to have a conversation with her and Kiki just like walks off and goes and lays down. But Brandon is the problem. Okay. So they ask Kiki in her confessional if she is still in love with her ex, and she doesn't want to answer, which means yes, which further leads me to believe, because y'all said Kiki is the one that's living with her ex, right? I 1000% now believe that Kiki is probably still with the ex and she came on here for a check with Brandon. Because this doesn't make sense. This doesn't make sense. But let me know what you guys thought about this episode. Subscribe to the channel, thumbs up the video, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.